Hi everybody, Ryan Marshall here. Some quick updates because I got a lot of questions after the last video. My arm is almost all healed now. I was doing some yard work, ended up tearing my bicep tendon, but I am hopefully on my way to recover. Unfortunately, I won't be golfing until the fall, and also I won't be moving any rocks for the foreseeable future. Usually Mike's here chiming in, but he has more important duties of fatherhood. He and Sam welcomed their second child, Gavin James. So congratulations to the Blevis family. If you talk to him, please wish him a congratulations. Hopefully he's getting much needed sleep. So I actually just got back from sunny, hot Florida from an economic conference that our broker-dealer puts together every year. I was there with 2,000 other financial advisors listening to some market strategists, economists, and there was three big things that they talked about, and it kept on overlapping with each other. The first one is markets are stabilizing. The markets are actually up over 20% since our April low. So as news comes out, it's been pretty positive. The second piece has been, tariffs being a little bit of wild card. When they first came out, markets didn't know how to react. But since the deals have been coming out, the markets have reacted positively. Today, the US and European Union actually came out with their most recent trade deal. And so far, the markets are digesting that. And the third thing that they talked about often was AI, infrastructure, and how that's going to be a long-term tailwind for markets. Growth stocks, again, especially in the tech sector, are surging, and also power utility companies because they're consuming a lot of power. So those sectors have been doing really well. Also, international continues to march forward and do well, especially with the weaker dollar, and global stimulus has helped propel the markets forward. We've been saying this all year is diversification is key. Make sure that you are maintaining positions in each one of those sectors has played an important role in everybody's portfolios, so we're happy about that. We've been getting some questions on the big beautiful bill and how it's going to impact investors as we've started to digest that. Some of the key areas that we've been mostly talking about, three key areas. One, they're lowering taxes permanently. So the standard deduction from the 2017 tax law is going to be permanent. They were set to expire. They're locking in, and I'm going to read off my screen just so I don't mess this up. They're, starting in 2026, the standard deduction is going to be $15,750 for single or individuals, and $31,500 for joint filers. So it's good for families that don't itemize. It's lower taxation for them, as well as a simplified tax strategy. The second piece that they really addressed is beginning in 2026, individuals can now pass on $15 million tax-free or $30 million for married couples for estate tax. So it's really almost a non-event for most people out there, but there are some clients and people we might have to do some tax planning around that. And the third thing I would say is, again, going back to the deduction, there's even a higher deduction now for our seniors. So if you're 65 or older, you're going to get a $6,000 per person deduction from 2025 to 2028. For married couples, if both spouses qualify, it's going to be $12,000. It phases out. There's always these phase outs, but it phases out $75,000 for individuals, and then it's going to be $150,000 for couples. Some other highlights that's worth noting: the SALT tax for our clients that live in New Jersey, Connecticut, New York, some of those higher tax states. They're bumping up that limit to $40,000. There is an income limit on that, but if you live in a high tax state, the $10,000 cap is going to be now $40,000. So that's a big deal for a lot of our clients. Miscellaneous itemized deductions are permanently gone. Also, top earners are going to be capped on their itemized deductions. So that's something to be considered, something to consider. And then starting in 2026, non-itemizers can deduct up to $1,000 in charitable giving, $2,000 if it's married filing jointly. So if you don't itemize and you still contribute to a charity, you are going to be able to deduct those. So that's kind of nice. I would say, though, bottom line, everyday investors and retirees should benefit from a simpler tax filing and permanent lower rates. Also, now we know that they're not going to expire, so we could plan around that a little bit better going forward. Whether you're recovering from surgery, welcoming a new baby, or maybe wondering what the tax changes mean for you specifically, we're here to help. Summer's not slowing down for us. If you need anything, please reach out to us, contact us. I do hope that you all enjoy the rest of your summers with your families. And if you have any questions, you know where to find us. I'll talk to you next month. Thanks.